Here we have the first of the two vehicles. This is a 1987 Toyota Hilux Surf. Four-wheel drive, manual locking hubs, removable roof, 2.4 turbo. And the second car we have is a 1994 Toyota RAV4. Central diff locks. Get Johnny to tell us about the rest of the car.
2 litre, 4 in line. 2 litre, 4 in line. First gear is again low as a 4-wheel drive low. No transportation to gear ratio. And that's it.
We're on our way to the first paddock of the day. Ready to go into Rata Valley. Got a bit of a old track down there. Ready to hit some trails and see how the RAV does on its new muddies.
Following up to the first paddock. We've got track up there, Rata Valley. Nice easy mudscape, hill, some downhills and a stream crossing if we go to the other part. Overall just a good simple track, good starter and tester for 4-wheel drives. Real simple. Start recording again once we get to the track.
We're here doing a bit of sit-up work just to make sure some of the fences are down for the track on the Rata Valley here. As you can see, it's a bit bumpy already. This is just the first little track. Getting ready to head into the main trail of the day. Here we've got the first little bit of the section. Comes pretty skinny into quite a bit of mud here. Johnny's got him stuck here quite a few times. Wow. Yeah, she gets pretty muddy. We've got so some nice deep clayey mud here. Don't want to get stuck in this stuff, but you also don't want to take it too slow or you'll struggle to get up this bit here. It's a lot steeper than it looks on camera. So basically what we're trying to do is keep to one line up this hill and get to the top. Now here we've got the most technical section, isn't that right, Johnny?
Indeed.
So we've got a couple of line choices here. The first sort of main line is to go on the left and sort of stick your wheel in that track there and up on there. This sort of works as it's nice because it sets you up for the second rut, which is really the only option at this stage, but sometimes it's a bit slippery to get up there, so you sort of have to hang on the right, go with your left wheel there, right wheel there, come up and then switch over to have your right wheel there and your left wheel there. And then after that you've just got to go speed and power, try not to spin up these ruts and get to the top.
Just need to dig out the ruts in the mud just to make it marginally easier. Yeah, so run was pretty good. The old surf managed to get up pretty good. I mean, not the first time I've done that run, so I was pretty confident, but the mud was pretty gnarly at the start. Got a bit bogged up. Didn't think I had front drive, but it turns out I did. So yeah, went a bit back at the start just to try and get a bit more of a run. Hit that mud, crawled through it nicely, and then the rest of the run, this thing just bloody gets it up nice and easy. No need for me. So Johnny's completed this before.
with road tires, but not with the muddies he just bought. Obviously I made that pretty deep. He got pretty stuck up the top there. So we'll see how he does. This is his first try with the new tires. We'll see how he does. Obviously he's coming through the slower approach, which is what I sort of did, which got me stuck a bit here. He comes to speed up a bit. Oh, slowing. Yep, he's crawling through that mud there nicely. Very good. Now, this RAV4 needs a bit of speed and power to get up this bit of the hill. Try and follow him. So he's crawling up. He's mincing it. Oh, that is absolutely textbook from the RAV4 with the muddies. First try, better than my truck as well. Brilliant.
So the run was pretty standard, to be honest. Struggled a bit through the mud there as I don't quite have the clearance to cover through the mud, so I kind of bogged out a bit for a short while. But the wheel spinning kind of pushed me through that. My tires got pretty caked up from that, but the overall kept traction going up, hitting the ruts. It's bounced a bit. That kind of dragged me into the next rut, in which just speed and power, put foot to the floor, kind of just barely got up, and then it caught traction and I was off.
So I made it through the first hurdle, shall we say, of the Rata Valley paddock. Now we're heading over to the second bit, which is pretty gnarly this time of the year. We've had a couple of incidents where we've got a bit stuck, but we're going to go for a bit of a walk, see what it's like, and yeah, we'll show you guys down at the bottom. So this is the second bit of the Rata Valley paddock. Obviously it's clay here, as this was built by a digger and it was man-made for an old motorbike track, but yeah, we can tell the clay's a lot slippery. Up there you can sort of see ruts going, you can't see it on camera, but there's ruts sort of facing into the wall. That's not really something we look for. We don't want to be hitting the walls. But the real problem is when we get down to here. We've obviously got not a whole lot of room here, and we don't want to be slipping into ruts like these that are going to catch us on either side. But this here is the real problem, the river crossing. We've had trucks aplenty stuck in here. We've had oil filters break. We've had Suzuki stuck down here. The problem with this is this big hole right here is it's very inviting for the either one of the tires, left or right. So if you fall into there, you're a bit stuck, and then getting out is a bit tricky, especially if you come in with a bit too much speed. You end up this bank. Ideally you'd want to come with your left wheel down here and then go up on that left side there, and then you crawl up and out. And the other problem with this is up here is really hard clay, so you have really slippery when you have wet tires. Oh, there's the tow rope that we broke. When you have wet tires from the river crossing and you come up onto this clay, it gets really slippery, and that's not something we look for either. So this one's probably not going to be done today, but for sure another day. Yeah, so unfortunately the second part of Rata Valley didn't quite go to plan. It's not the end of the world. Driven it a few times now, and yeah, so we're going to head back down the first section of what we drove up, and then probably call it a day. So we got Johnny up first, going down the first section of the Rata Valley hill. It's pretty stock standard. Follow the ruts, go through it. So here he goes. As you see, coming down, just creeping over the edge here, trying to slot his tires into those ruts, I'd say. Hopefully not, oh yeah, he slides in there. It's not ideal, but it'll do. He's in the ruts now. He's just got to creep down, try not to scrape anything too hard. He comes across over. It's a little bit crossed up, which is not exactly what you want, but those ruts just slide him right in. Pretty good. We've got a next little section here. Nice, this bit's pretty easy. Pretty stock standard. Not a huge amount to go wrong here. Now heading into the mud. Just got to hit it with a bit of speed. Apologies for the rocky camera work, but he gets through there. A bit of speed and power. You beauty, and he crawls right out of it. Now it's my turn, so we'll see how the surf handles it. Hopefully it'll get through that mud a bit nicer. Now there's a bit of wheel tracks there, but never know. Hopefully it'll handle the bumps a bit better, just because of the bigger wheelbase, bigger wheels, a bit more height. So hopefully that works out well for me.
Same track as my RAV just came down. The surf will come down. This first section is normally met with low crawling speeds, just so you don't bottom out the engine or anything. You want to keep a steady height carrying over those ruts. And down the hill here it's pretty smooth coming down. Approaching the mud puddle, we can hear him speeding up and approaching the mud puddle with greater speed. Ready to ram through it. kind of injured that, not quite in the rut, but overall an excellent run. Now he's home free.
As you can see, exiting this trail is a bit bumpy. Going through a bit of a bumpy spot here. This is just an undeveloped paddock, so she's not the smoothest. Right up until you see Johnny in the mirror there, right up until we pop onto this gravel mussel shell track, and then we're sweet as.
So on my part, it was pretty successful afternoon. I mean, the surf handled the trails pretty diligently, like she always does. I mean, apart from that little bit of a mishap in the mud at the start, she didn't really falter at all, to be honest. Had no problems with it. Apart from that, you know, second portion of the trail that we couldn't really hit, it was a real good day, real good afternoon, and I handed it over to Johnny now, and he can say a bit.
For the first run that I took with the Rav with its new muddies on, it handled it pretty well. No real complications. The surf kind of carried through the mud with digging up the ruts. Probably the only reason I was able to get through it. But once I got through the mud, it was just a little bit of throttle to get up the hill. And a little bit of throttle to get up the hill and hit through the ruts, kind of bounce around a bit, but Rav handled it like a champ. Overall a good day. Reckon we could have done better, but it's a start.
We're the Forward Drive Cousins NZ. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you can follow along, and see you later.
Have a good one.